the devil are we, guys? So, in case you're wondering, we're off to go and treat ourselves today. Oh, are you alright? Well, that was a waste of time. Went into Curry's and I just couldn't find the tripod that I was looking for. So maybe Amazon or something online I can find. I'm looking for a specific tripod for the cameras. So we'll go online and have another little search. I'm just in Kent now. I'm not sure if you know it. That is where the home base used to be when I had my previous house and I lived in Aylesford. That was home base. I used to shop out of here all the time. Then they had a huge fire. They had a huge fire in that building, and obviously it's now closed down. But I used to buy so much gardening stuff from that place back in the day. Let's say what, 4 years ago. Memories, guys, memories. Anyway, let's shoot back and get on with the video. Coffee time! How to make the most perfect coffee for the Tassimo. The life of a young truck driver, the challenges and the pitfalls. This is something I do believe that we should touch on, because I've had a lot of questions from new drivers and especially young drivers on this topic. The challenges and insights to the industry and what to expect as a young driver. Now, do I class myself as a young driver? Yes and no. Some would agree, some would disagree. At the age of 41, do I class myself as a young driver? Let's say yes on this occasion. But when I did start driving, I was 37 years old, 3 years ago. So relatively young in the grand scheme of things, considering that in the industry there are a lot of drivers that are extremely a lot older than me, in their 40s, late 40s, 50s, maybe 60s, who are still driving and have done for a long time. Now, this is what I'm going to cover on this video. I'm going to keep it as short as I possibly can on this video, but if this is the first time you've come to this video, make sure you give us a subscribe and a thumbs up, and comment below on your thoughts on the video as well. But most importantly, make sure you watch this video all the way through, because this is based on educational purposes and based on my personal opinion and my personal experience on being a truck driver for the past 3 years. So I don't claim, and I will say this now, I do not claim to be an expert within the industry. I'm just a regular driver, just like yourself, or just like everybody else in the industry. I don't see myself as anybody special, but from day one, I have been documenting my journey from day one of doing my theory test, my hazard perception, and my practical driving assessments, documenting even before I got a job in the industry from day one. So in the 3 years that I've been doing this, I'd like to think I've got a bit of experience within the game, within the industry itself. But I do want to clarify, based on my personal experience, that's why I'm recording this video. So before all you keyboard warriors start to click, 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 click on below on the keyboard saying that I've been in the game 5 minutes, I would like to think I've got a bit of experience now, and it's certainly a lot longer than 5 minutes. Now, this is what I'm going to touch on for new drivers and for potential drivers, young drivers coming in the industry. This is what I'm going to touch on. Hours, shift work, life, work-life balance, pay, idiots on the road, that's a big one. Be patient enough. If you've got patience, you'll be fine. And is it a career, yes or no overall? That is what we're going to touch on this video. I'll keep it brief, I'll keep it simple, and hopefully it will answer a few questions for those drivers who have been messaging me and commenting on previous videos on this topic. Now, just a very quick one, a little bit of background about myself. Like I said, been driving 3 years now. I've done a number of work on the road, mainly general haulage within the curtainside industry. As a tramper, I recently did resign from my job, and for you guys who follow me on the channel, you'll know my 2 previous videos. I've been down in the dumps. I've been really sort of like in a dark hole recently when I left my previous job. And, you know, the whole sort of home life or being around for my daughter and a few other very personal things happening back at home unfortunately, I had to take a bold decision to leave my previous job and start again, if you like, take a break from everything and work out what it is I truly want to do within the industry, or whether I want to stay in the industry or leave the industry. Now, I did a video which I put up here about me quitting trucking. At that particular time, I was looking to leave trucking. I really had enough. I thought, sod this. This particular job has really drained me to a point where, is every company exactly the same in this industry? They've all got to be the same, you know. I've learned a lot recently about myself and about the industry the past 3 years on the road as well. I've certainly learned so much, and I can give you a lot of tips and just going to share with you the challenges you're going to have, but the insights as well. I then posted another video which got a bit of feedback on a positive note, so thank you for your positive comments and thank you for all the support you've been giving me. There has been a few knockbacks on that video from other YouTubers who haven't been best pleased with my video because apparently I'm looking for sympathy and that I need to man up a little bit and get on with it. Now, I just want to briefly say on that topic, and I'm not going to go into it too much because this video isn't based around that topic. However, I do want to say that whether it's lorry driving, HGV trucking, whatever it may be, the finance industry, marketing, retail, transport, railway, it doesn't matter what industry you work in. Times are changing. Society is changing. People are changing. People are becoming more aware of their well-being and looking after themselves. And I think in previous years, I've never really looked at myself in the mirror and thought, I need to look after myself. You know, you just get on with life and you don't really pay attention to your surroundings or what's going on around you. But deep down inside, you're truly, possibly not happy. And sometimes taking a step back away from the industry and taking a step back away from a job really can open your eyes to new destinations and really open your eyes to learn a lot about yourself, about your loved ones, about what it is you truly want in life as well. So I've taken a break from trucking because I really wanted to value my time and look at other avenues for myself to make me happy and to give me a bit more time at home so I can support my daughter in school, I can see her progress, I can be there for a parents' evening, I can be around for my wife and give her the support that she needs, because she does need the support in many ways, and that's all personal reasons which I won't go into on this video. And that's what I want to highlight. Sometimes you need to do that in life, and that's what I've done. And a couple of the videos got a bit of feedback, and some people, have said that I'm looking for sympathy. Let me just highlight and really clear one thing up, is that this is my journey, and I'm documenting my journey. It's not your journey, it's not that person's journey or that person's journey. It's my personal journey. And I've been documenting since day one, even before I started training, to show you and give you an insight of the progression, and to show you an insight of the industry itself and what the process is from start to finish, through training, into a job maybe, etc, etc. What it's like on the road as well. But the point I really am trying to make here is that times are changing, and we have to change with the times. The industry either changes with the times or get left behind. So that's all I want to clear up there. I'm not going to go into detail. Maybe another video I'll do so. But for those who have been supporting me, thank you very much. Let's crack on. Hours, firstly. If you're coming into the industry, you want to come into the industry as a new driver, really think about whether you might be in retail, for example, and doing 40 hours a week. You might be an electrician. I've had tradesmen message me, and they're saying, looking to come into the industry, can I earn £850 a week take home, or can I? What's the hours like? The hours are going to be long, guys. The hours are really going to be long, especially if you go into a tramping role that I've just come out of. I've come out of it for a reason at the moment. You have your personal reasons, but you need to be expected to do between 55 and 65 hours a week, I would say. As a tramper, they are very long hours with regards to your driving time and your working time directive. So you have to be prepared to do long hours if you're looking to come into this industry as a young driver. If you do not want to do long hours, the industry won't be for you. That's me being brutally honest with you. So be prepared to do the hours. It's very important. If that's a tick on the box, you'll be fine. You can go into shift work, night work and day work, and the hours can range between 10, 12-hour day shifts or 12-hour night shifts. If you're with agency, maybe that would be a little bit less, maybe. I don't personally know, because I haven't done any agency at the moment, but I could well be in the near future if that's where I decide to go. So really have a think about the hours. It's very important you understand there is long hours involved in road haulage and transport, and it's a very demanding game, very demanding industry. Work-life balance. Now, this is something that relates to me because I actually left my recent job based on work-life balance as well, to be more of a dad and more of a supportive husband back at home, but also to have a bit of my life back as well. So work-life, because in life, with work-life balance, you really don't have work-life balance if you're sleeping in the truck all week. You truly don't. And the only work-life balance you have is at weekends. You're working for the weekend. You're working for the weekend. Monday to Friday, if you do overtime, Monday to Saturday, you really are working for the weekend. So if you want to sleep in the truck, fantastic, just like I did. You want to experience it, go for it, see if it's for you. But there's no work-life balance with that. Lorry trampers who sleep in their lorries, and a lot of the guys who follow me will comment below this video and emphasise that point, and probably hopefully agree with what I'm saying. There is not a great deal of work-life balance with that. If you want work-life balance, you need to be doing day shift or night shift, or go onto an agency and choose the hours that work around you rather than around the agency themselves. But sometimes you do have to be a little bit flexible for the agency as well. And I'm only saying that because I have spoken to agencies recently, and by putting two and two together, they all tend to say the same thing basically on the phone. So bear that in mind, work-life balance. Hey, I've had questions on the pay situation so much recently. Will you earn £850 a week take home as a tramper? Yes, definitely. Day driver, night driver, most certainly I reckon you would. No less than £750, £800 in a week take home. I'm talking worst case scenario that week. You can certainly do more than that, I would say. You can, well, in fact, you can do more than that with a number of companies that you go into. Tramping roles will easily pay you over £1,000 a week, no problem at all. £1,000 a week if that's what you want to do as well. Day work and night shift work will do the same, but I guess you've got to put the hours into that as well. Any day drivers and night drivers who do follow me, I know there is, will comment below and actually emphasise that point maybe to yourselves who are new drivers. Look at the comments. There are a lot of great guys and great drivers out there. Follow this channel and will support you on that and maybe emphasise that point. I'm looking to possibly go into day driving or night driving soon, hopefully. So I can do another video on that and maybe go for a paycheck with you to sort of show you what you can earn on a weekly or a monthly basis, mainly weekly in most cases. There are a lot of very dangerous drivers on the road, and that goes for not just car drivers, but there is a lot of very poor HGV drivers on the road as well. It's a very demanding game, very demanding industry, meaning timings can be very strict. It's a very fast-paced industry to be in. Drivers are always in a rush, so lack of concentration and complacency does kick in on the roads. Road awareness with drivers who are not aware of the highway code and stuff like that is also a really big problem in the industry, I find as well. So there are a lot of really bad drivers on the road, and road rage is common within HGV drivers as well. Something I've personally experienced on the road myself. After a long week on the road, you get to Thursday, Friday, you've dealt with absolute plonkers on the road all week, and you tend to lose your patience. But the most important thing is that word there, patience. Having a bit of patience on the road, accepting the fact that there's new drivers on the road all the time. That's not just in HGV drivers, that's car drivers, etc. as well. You need to have a bit of patience and understand that you have no control over traffic, roadworks, accidents, diversions, you name it. You have no control over the actual highway, the actual motorway, the road itself. So you need to have a lot of patience in this job. If you're currently in a position where you don't have any patience, then really reconsider, because patience is something you need to personally have. Some may disagree with that, and some will watch this video will have road rage every single day, have blood pressure up to the ceiling, and will disagree with what I'm saying. But I do believe patience will go a long way in this industry and in this job, whatever job you decide to do, if you decide to do that. So trying to have patience is key as a young driver. If you don't, you'll find your blood pressure will shoot up very quickly, and your health is then affected, etc, etc. So just bear that in mind. And last but not least, I really want to cover career. Yes or no? Is HGV driving a career, or is it just a job? Personally, I think it's a career. I think it's a career. It all depends on how you look at it and what you make of it. If you want to look at it as a job, you just go into work, you do your hours, you clock off, you come home. It's just a job. It's not a career. You're there to just clock in, earn your living, earn your paycheck, go home to your family, whatever it may be. That's just a job. If you want to look at it as a career, and you don't just want to be, and what I mean by a career, you don't just want to be sat still in the industry as a driver. You want to progress onto maybe a CPC transport manager in a company or an organisation. You want to work in the transport office as a planner. You want to do something else. That's more along the lines of a career. Now, don't get me wrong. You can look at it as a career as a driver. There's lots of drivers out there who have been driving for decades and decades and have been a driver the whole way through. And that's what they wanted to do because they're comfortable with it. They're happy with that. They're happy with the lifestyle they've got around that. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But would I say it's a career in general? Yes, I would. However, you will find that very few people stick around with one company in a number of years. I've worked for 1, 2, 3, 4 companies in 3 years. My longest company, the recent one I've left, which I was with them for over 2 years, 2.5 years or so. Before that, I was on and off with a number of jobs because I just couldn't find the right fitting for me. And plus I wanted to get experience. You take any job put in front of you to get your experience, and hopefully you fit in. Some places you won't, some places you will. So really it's finding that gap where you can fit in and be comfortable within a company that you work for as well, and whether they accept you for who you are. But 9 times out of 10, you're just a bum on a seat. You can be replaced the following day. There's lots of people coming into the industry with a license, but I do believe they're not going into the industry as a driver. They're just keeping their license as a backup. And yeah, I do believe it is a career. Things change all the time in road haulage and transport. They change overnight. There are companies that are going into administration within 24 hours of the day before. All the drivers are on shift. They're all out there doing their thing. The following day, they've got no job. That is how quick the transport game can change overnight and go into administration. And that can happen to any company, any industry, but transport in general, it is literally, you can fall overnight and that's it, game over. So I do believe you have stability in a job and in this industry. I think once you've got your license, you can pretty much work for anybody, as long as you keep your license clean and you've got no points in your license to a degree. But for young drivers, it's very important you take these 5 facts into consideration. I do believe these are really 5 key areas that you need to focus on and accept and understand before you come into the industry. Now, I may have missed a few things out that you're actually watching now and you're thinking, I'm going to add this to that, add this to that. Add on the comments below if there's anything else that you'd like to add watching this video to help young drivers, new drivers, or potentially new drivers who are quite young. And if you can help, comment below, guys. I've got a lot of people that follow these videos who have a lot of experience, a lot more experience than me. And I know for certain that, you know, I bump into drivers and learn a lot off other drivers when I was driving on the roads, at services, having the conversation, drivers that I've worked with, you learn from, and I still speak to today. So it's a learning game. Every day is a learning day in the transport and road haulage industry. Every day is a learning day. We all learn something new, and nobody's perfect. That's one thing I want to add. Nobody is perfect. And like I said, I hope them points do help you, but that's what I want to cover today on this short video, because a lot of new drivers have been asking me, young drivers have been asking me for a little video on the key areas that they need to be aware of. And the reason why I've covered these 5 here is because these are 5 pointers that I've been getting by going through my messages and comments. These are the 5 that really stand out from the rest, and that's why I want to cover them 5 in today's video. I also want to add that I've not really touched much on what I'm doing moving forward, whether I'm staying in the industry or leaving. I have decided that I'm going to stay in the industry. I've had a really nice break. I feel fresh. I feel motivated. I feel better. I feel back to myself again. And that's because I'm back at home, obviously. I'm a lot happier. I'm looking after myself. I'm eating well. I've lost weight. I'm going to the gym at the moment, keeping myself fit and healthy and strong. And, you know, work-life balance or life balance at the moment is definitely looking good. And I do feel a lot better within myself. And that's what I want to just highlight as we finish and come to a close of this video, is that I am sort of missing driving, because I do truly enjoy driving trucks. I really have a passion for it, and that's why I go to the truck fests and stuff like that, because I do have a passion for lorry driving. I do enjoy doing it. So I am sort of missing it now. I've had a bit of time off work and stuff like that. But my next move is making the right decision for me, for family, and, you know, is it what I want to do? Anyway, I just wanted to end the last couple of minutes on the video just explaining that side of it. I'm super excited to get back into behind the steering wheel. And just for a quick one on the channel itself, I know there's been a little bit of discrepancy and uncertainty on the channel. The channel will continue to go. Continue to go. I'm not closing the channel down or anything like that. So for those that, you know, do want me just to close the channel down and move on, unfortunately, you're going to be sad to say that that's not going to happen. So I'll see you on the next video. Look after yourselves and your loved ones. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you like this video today. It was only a short one for more educational purposes for new drivers, like I said. But I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Look after yourselves. Be safe on the roads. And I might be seeing you on the roads very shortly. Bye-bye for now.